Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Devin with Freckled Mom. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see when I upload a new video. Let's get started. I decided to do a bunch of Christmas projects and they all came out so cute. So the first one is Santa's Village. Now this is a bench that I did in a previous video, but I have so many things that I wanted to put in there, like ribbon and all kinds of fun stuff. So I decided to make it into a little Santa's Village. And how cute was that, really? So all I did was take some boxes that I had and I wrapped them up in paper bags. I wanted to use stuff like that around the house that I had, and I didn't want to waste money if I didn't have to, because I'm not going to keep this like this all year long just for Christmas, you know, Santa's Village. So I'm not really in the shot, so that I'm working on. I have a new camera and we'll be working on that. And this is just a lot of brown paper bag I had from, you know, all the different stores. I save everything. And I was just hot gluing it to the box. I wanted it to look, you know, like vintage. So I wasn't trying to be perfect about it. I just wanted to wrap them in the bag so that way I could paint them or color them. I wasn't even sure at this point what I was going to do, but I figured I'd do a starting point with the paper on it. There's Lincoln coming to help. And I had cut the flaps off the boxes just so that way there was nothing. I could just reach into the box and grab out the ribbon or tape, whatever I needed. I did 4 boxes. Actually, I think I did 6 boxes, but only 4 made the bench. But this wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, just wrapping up boxes with paper. I thought it was going to be a lot easier, but there was a lot of edges that were uneven and trying to line them all up so, you know, they didn't look too messy. And now I'm just spray painting the wrap boxes. And I decided to go with white so that way I could do, you know, red or green, anything I wanted to add to the Santa's Village. But the spray paint was great. It made a nice vintage feel to it. So I could paint over it and add things. So here I actually saw another YouTuber, which I wish I remember who told me this, but I've seen it a couple times, so it's not just one person. But they use tissue paper instead of using like a Cricut or a Cameo. And at this point, my Cricut was so old and I hadn't gotten my new Cameo yet, so this is what I was trying. And you can see I just printed it out. I taped the tissue paper right to printer paper, and I printed it out on the tissue paper, and then I Mod Podged it down on, you know, right onto the spray painted box, and I let that dry for, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes. A few of them, you'll see that I didn't, like this bigger one over here, it was so big, and I don't know if I really left it to dry long enough, so make sure you let your Mod Podge dry. But they are just so cute, and I just found these pictures off the internet, and I just printed it out, and hopefully there's no copyright issue, because it's just so adorable. And you can just see I just placed them in different spots on each box, and they all have, you know, a little Santa theme, or, you know, like a Santa's Village with the free shipping and all that. I just thought it was so cute. But this was really tough because I was trying to smooth it down, and it was so long that I actually ripped it. And but it added to the vintage feel, so it's all right. And I just keep going along. And I just think they are so adorable. So now I'm going to Mod Podge on top of them to give it a little extra security. And it actually made the tissue paper feel a little, you know, rough, kind of like actual paper. So it, you know, you couldn't tell it was tissue paper, and it just looks so perfect. I love it. And with dogs and cats and people always banging into stuff, you know, it came out really cute. Look how adorable that is. I love it. It's so cute. So I wouldn't want to do the tissue paper for every project. See how it ripped over there? It's very flimsy if you don't give it enough time to dry. You know, you definitely need to give it time to dry. So those are the two that I had the worst difficulties with. So I decided to let them dry a little bit longer and go back to them. And I figured, I was going for that vintage theme, and with it breaking, I think it actually added to it. So I'm happy how it came out. And now I wanted to add a little bit more embellishment, so I did some stencils and some ribbon, and look how cute it came out. Just adorable. I love it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet so you don't miss any videos. This next one is 3 books from the dollar store. I just took the backs off and I spray painted them. I had already spray painted a video, which I lost the footage for, but here I'm just doing my second coats, making sure it's nice and white and there's no bleed through. I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to do the edge because, again, I hadn't had my new Cameo yet, and so I was still working with my old Cricut, and I wasn't really sure how I wanted a certain color, so I just printed these off the printer, and it's like kind of like a red and black checkered color, so I didn't have Cricut paper to match that, so I just printed it off, cut it down, and decided I was just going to Mod Podge it. So again, this is not tissue now, this is now printer paper, so definitely easier to Mod Podge, and I didn't have really any pulls at all, and I think they just came out so cute. And you could do this for any words, really, so I don't know if I'll use this again or if I'll just put this away till next Christmas, but for right now I just think it was such an easy project, and it didn't cost a lot of money. It was $3 from the dollar store, painting them and then printing these 3 letters on printer paper and then adding some embellishments. I mean, it really was the most simple project. You can see a bunch of little papers around me. I had tried to line it, like the border, because you could still see what the book said, but that wasn't working out, so I decided just to do the letters like that and leave it. Here I am trying to figure out which ribbon to use. This was, well, that didn't work out, so we tried something else. And I'm just going over it with a second coat now, just to make sure that it's on there good and it's not going to start peeling on the edges. Like I said, you can make this decor for any kind of, if you're for your kitchen or your living room, and just add the words that match up for your decoration. And then I just added a little paint pen. I thought it needed a little something else, so I just outlined everything with my paint pen, and I think it added that perfect touch to it. And you can see I didn't spray paint all the sides of the books because they're going to be stuck together. There's no point in wasting paint. So I only did the edges that you could see. And that's my super glue. And then some hot glue. I figured I'd try both just to make sure I had a really good hold on it. And keep going. And I love super glue. I think that you could never go wrong with super glue. How cute is that? Oh, I just love it. I still love it so much. I've moved it from like 2 different rooms already, and it might move to a 3rd room just because it's so cute, and I don't know exactly where I love it the most, but this is where I was trying to figure out the twine situation, and I wasn't sure exactly if I wanted a bow or not, and well, it didn't work, so started over. A lot of my house right now, I've been transforming it. 2020 has been our year of renovations, and there's really a lot of farmhouse and coastal farmhouse. So I have a lot of twine and rope, and I just think this was probably the best little embellishment I could have did was with this twine. So I really like this. It's cute. But you could have used anything. You could use ribbon, a nice thick Christmas ribbon, but I thought this was going to be nice and simple and it would match my decor. And I just had a little bow I got from the Dollar Tree, like, one of those 6-packs, and I just glued it on there and it was just perfect. So cute. Look at it. I love it. It's adorable. It's so cute. I want to just make like 100 of them. So now I did some wrapped presents. So there's nothing in there but those boxes. So I have a lot of Amazon boxes. And my husband, he has a lot of boxes from his business. So I decided just to make some fake presents wrapped up and use them as decoration. I'm a big present wrapper. All my presents that I give to people on holidays and Christmas, I go above and beyond on my presents, and I just love them. I think it adds, something special to it. And it's funny when people say, "Oh, I don't want to open it. It's too pretty." But open it. Get to the present. The present's the fun part. I just had fun wrapping it. But this was a tablecloth, like a party tablecloth that was like iridescent, but it was 2 different pieces, like a clear piece and that blue piece. And it was so hard to cut, and I have decided I'm never using this again. I mean, it worked out for the present, but it was very difficult. It was a lot of measuring and then cutting, and then it was 2-ply, so it didn't stick very well, and hot gluing it, you'll see, wasn't the easiest either. Hot glue does not hold it at all. It definitely needed some kind of super glue. But you live and you learn. You try new things, and if it doesn't work, well, try something else. There's nothing wrong with a little failure on that, as long as you figure out what you did wrong and try it better next time. And my dining room is the room I'm making these presents for, and that's where I have my Santa's Village. So the colors in there are a lot of teals and beige and browns to go with that coastal farmhouse theme, but also adding in the Santa's Village. So I had to kind of give it a little bit of everything. And I wasn't really sure where I was going with it, but I figured just keep going and I'll figure it out. And I just love adding the little juke that I added there. I mean, it was just so cute, and it just added that little coastal look to it with I ended up, this big box went to one of my cameras that I bought that I really didn't like too much, so I wanted to return it. So I had to open my present and take the box out, but it's all right. I replaced it. But that's why I wanted to use empty boxes with things not in it, because it was just decoration. So when it's time to put everything away, I can, just save the paper and put it on another box next year if I want to, or I can save the ribbon for another real present. So it's whatever you like. I just think this is so cute because my Christmas is literally about how I wrap my presents. Like, that's just such a big thing to me. And I try to mix up the colors, so I have some brown paper ones, and that's just regular craft paper. You can get brown paper, like the brown wrapping paper at the dollar store, or you can use it at Walmart or anywhere where they sell packing supplies. It's just brown paper, and it's a little thicker if you buy it from the packing supply part. But it's just so perfect for wrapping presents, because then you can add any embellishments you want, or you can stencil it. Great paper for, kid projects. So here I'm just adding little, some bells and some seashells. And I just think they all came out so cute. This one's my favorite. It's just a little white box, and I was trying to figure out how I can make it cute but not overly too much, because the other ones had a lot of embellishments on it, and I just wanted like a simple one. And I decided just to write a little tag on it, and there they are. How cute are those? They came out so adorable. From the Sea Witch. Look at that. I love it. It's just so cute. It goes in with my coastal farmhouse decor. It just matches so cute. I love it. And that's the whole Santa's Village. I have all my presents wrapped and my boxes are ready to go. So everything is ready so I can start wrapping presents, and I am ready for the season. I have all my ribbon, everything's right there, my arts and crafts supplies, because this is in my dining room that I have transformed into like a dining room craft combo room. So I had to make it, not too messy, but be able to house all my fun stuff. And look at all that stuff. It's just so cute. And I had just redone all of that stuff, so this is just so exciting. I hope you enjoyed this video. I loved all these crafts and I have more coming up, so make sure you hit that bell and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're inspired to try some projects for your home now. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Freckled Mom. Also, you can read my blog about motherhood, sobriety, fun projects, and delicious recipes at freckledmom.com. See you soon!